Well, you want to build a barrel stove easy. Here you go. Here's the video for you. This is a brand new one I built. This is a 30-gallon barrel that's been converted to a stove, and it's actually 2 barrels to get the parts for this, and I'll show you what I mean. So the 30-gallon barrel actually ends right there, and I've cut the top off another barrel right here to here, and here I've mounted on the bottom. I've just drilled through and bolted it, and that's my base, so it'll keep all the heat away from any flooring or any issue like that. And then of course the hatch, you always want it oversized so it doesn't leak any smoke. You want a nice tight fit. Do not make that mistake. So that's also cut off another barrel. And let's get into this. So I got a 6-inch flue. Very important stove tip is I've incorporated a damper here. You want that at least 3 feet above your unit because you want that draw. You want that under fire to over fire draw going through it, so that when you want to put wood in the stove, you can just open up the damper, get that draw going, and you won't get a face full of smoke or anything. It's another very important thing is you want your hatch lower on the stove. Like, you don't want your hatch right here, or you're going to always get smoke in the face. You want that draw. Always think of that draw. You don't ever screw that up because that's what leads to smoky stoves. That's why you want your over fire always bigger capacity than your under fire, which is right here on this particular stove. And let's go into that. So for my under fire is simply a 3-inch cast flooring flange for a pipe. It's been bolted in, and I've taken a bolt with washers, and I've got a spring on my handle so I don't get burned. That's open, and that's closed. And that's another thing when you want to put wood in the fire. You want to go full on that damper and the top damper. Flow. Get good flow. Okay. We'll go into my hatch. This is just old cabinet hinges, and I got some cable on both sides, so no leaking. Homemade strap hinge. All the recycled parts. Nice and smooth there. And it's a little dark in here right now. Let me get my light and I'll show you. There you go. And there's my under fire grate. Now I'm going to show you how I made that. So I just took heavy steel grating, 5 bolts, so that's nice and substantial to hold some weight, and that'll keep my wood off the bottom of the unit, and I'll have really good airflow. And let me give you an inside look at that damper. You can see it there. There's the top of my stove. There's some door detail, and there's the latch part of the hinge, which is just folded over, banding, drilled out, bolted. The whole stove's been painted in high temp stove black. It's a very harsh environment. Any firebox, you have alternating hot and cold, moisture, dryness. You want to try to protect your unit the best you can with anything you can, because it will rust and corrode out for sure. And you want to fight that with a barrel stove. That's not particularly heavy gauge steel to begin with. Now let's take a look at my top flange, which is just an old stove or something flange I found in a secondhand store, and it's actually a 1-pass heat exchanger because they have the inlet flue offset to this, so the inlet flue isn't right underneath this, it's actually here, the circle, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean. And that causes your 1-pass heat exchange. And when they say that, that's what they're talking about. You got to remember, what's a heat exchanger? It exchanges heat. It's right in the name. There you go. Pretty simple, and it makes any unit a lot more efficient. And if I really wanted to make this efficient, I wouldn't make it a vertical barrel stove to begin with. I'd make it a horizontal. The more surface area, the greater the efficiency of any unit is, because the greater the heating surface. But let's go into this outlet stove flange here. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you how I did those cuts. All my cuts are angle grinder on here. Only power tools used were angle grinder and power drill. And you can see how that flue is offset. Not enough to stop airflow, but enough to make it a lot more efficient. efficient. I think it said on one, what was left of the package, that it was some type of adapter for some home wood stove or something, I can't remember. And that's just bolted in nice and tight, 4 bolts on each side. And I apologize for the crudeness of some of my videos. This channel is about making stuff, guys. It's not about aesthetic values. I'm trying to show you how to do something. I hope it helps you. Even if one thing on this channel helps you, hey, my mission's accomplished.